Well, hello, everybody. Come on, Doxy, this way. This way, sweetie. Actually, we're going to in the yard, sweetie. Come on, this way. So, just a quick little video. No crashing. No crashing. Okay, so I just went. I did my little driver's ed course. It was actually fun this time. So what we went to do, and I wish I had a GoPro and asked my instructor if it was okay to actually film for what do you call it, educational type things. But oh well, it was actually really fun. It was really fun. Maybe when I'm done with everything else, I'll probably show you the places that we actually went. And the van that we have. So there. So further ado. So what I did today is he taught me how to do parallel parking, which I really need to work on it. Definitely if I'm using this car right here. Granted, it's a little bit bigger and stuff, but if I'm going to use the van for parallel parking, I better be very, very, very good at it. Because there are a couple of things. Okay. First, before I tell you why I need to practice, let me say what my biggest fear now is. I take the driving test, and I pass every single thing except for the parallel parking because of how weird it is. That's my biggest fear. My biggest fear is not passing the freaking test because of parallel parking. Which, okay, in a big shot, it's kind of stupid, but that's one of the biggest fears that I have right now. Is failing the driving test because of parallel parking. It's like, are you serious? It's just one little thing, and I failed at it. Because you only get one shot at everything. That's what my instructor said. You get one shot going through the whole thing for the road test. And if you fail in one slightest smidge, then that's it. You have to start the whole thing all over again. It's like, oh no. No, thank you. I don't have that time and luxury to do that all over again. So yeah. Come on, Doxy. Doxy, come on. You're the one who wanted to go the long way. Yeah, you're apparently not going to stay in the yard today, so. But it's good. I mean, it gets her a little exercise and hopefully wear her out. Definitely in the summer heat, it'll wear her out very, very well. But anyway, so we went to the dog park, the Fort Worth park, Gateway Park, to do some parallel parking. I'm semi good at it. The only thing that I need to work on is how I'm turning the wheel and making sure everything is okay, basically. That's the only thing I need to work on. Making sure I get the hang of the angles and try and make the car nice and straight and not bumping into the cones. I did it like a couple of occasions. So that's what I really need to work on. So there's that one. Then we went down this really, really long road for 35 miles per hour that reaching to 40 miles per hour. And right there, he taught me how to do the U-turns. We did it twice. It was interesting. Definitely how the car maneuvers on the U-turn and stuff. And then pretty much like a regular route. And then I got to this one spot where I had to turn, and knowing what the street would look like afterwards, it's like, it's gonna go into the freeway. It's going to go to the freeway. I'm not ready for the freeway yet. So we're going to just go through the, we were like close by Carson Street. So we're just going to go through the neighborhood. Why not? Neighborhood's awesome. More of my style, basically. I mean, kind of. I mean, you have to go between 20 to 30 miles per hour in neighborhoods, so my style. But we made it home, and I kind of showed him like how like he did have the GPS out for us, and but I didn't use it because I know the neighborhood way too well. I mean, come on, I used to walk around these streets, so I technically know where I'm at and know how to get there from here, so. And so, let's see. So, I followed a little bit of the GPS, but not that much. He said I could probably go down Carson Street to get to Airport Freeway for the access roads and stuff, but it's like, nah. Here's the quick and short way. If you go to Haltom Road and then Paris Street, and then because it wouldn't matter anyway. I mean, if he's going to come back this way to get to the airport or to the freeway, so what's the point of going through this access road where he's going to make me turn around anyway, around the block to get to the house? So if you kind of think about it. So I showed him how well I know around my block, basically, to get back to the house. But it was fun. There was a couple of things that were a little bit scary, but, you know, when you're trying to learn, how I do it is I see from other people's mistakes. And he kind of stated saying how well I was and why I'm very, very good at being cautious, and plus passing by my work today anyway. But how well I'm cautious and stuff, and that being cautious is a good thing for some things while driving, but not a lot of things. One example is when we were heading to the dog park. We had this guy wanted to turn the same way, like we were turning. Let's see, okay. So it was from this street. So, okay. So let's say this is like Morales Street right here. And Beach Street is over here going this way. So all three of us are turning, going this way, like towards that way, that direction over there. But he didn't have his blinker on, so I didn't know what he was doing. So I thought it was going to be a big accident, you know. He's probably going to go North Beach to South Beach, and this guy's going to South Beach to North Beach because he's the first car in line anyway, and I'm heading to South Beach to go to the park, so that was a little bit scary. And then on the way back, another scary thing is we had like these trucks that had their hazardous lights on, going slow, very, very slow. But if I had to guess, maybe 10 miles an hour. I mean, it was a lot slower than what I was going. I was going up pretty much the speed limit, but let me see. What's the speed limit on that street? It was around like 30. I think it was 30. And I was like going for like 20 to 30 miles per hour or so on that street. But I went a little bit slower when I caught up to them, though. Around 20 miles per hour. Come on, Doxy, let's go. Sorry, truck coming. But yeah, so I had to slow down anyway. And then to my instructor, I said, seriously, okay, I see why they want to do it, but you know, it's also scary. It's so scary how close they are to almost hitting the truck behind the other truck that's going way too slow. It was really scary. It was so scary. So I'm just gonna stay, and he was kind of laughing a little bit, saying why it was so scary. It's because technically when it comes to driving, I think it's all about like math equations and calculating how far you are to certain things, right? So from our car to that truck, it wasn't really that far away. We're about like few feet apart, but nobody can calculate how fast they're going to actually go between us, so they can actually make an actual lane change, you know? So, I don't know. It was just scary. But I made it home, and it was fun. Next lesson is next Thursday. Can't wait to see what that's going to be about. I mean, I think within the 2 hours, I mean, a lot can be done. And that also requires of how long I have to drive. Because if I'm thinking what my instructor is saying, because of how well I'm doing and how well I'm succeeding, the only thing that I need to work on is parallel parking. But how well I'm doing though, that I could probably, within like just a couple of lessons, and could probably just take the driving test already. But I'm gonna take its course, you know, probably get a couple more lessons, and then take the driving test. That's probably what I'm gonna do. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, that's what I did today. My second lessons, it was really, really fun. First lesson wasn't really that big of a deal. It was just driving around, making sure I knew how to like merge and everything, and pretty much like the introduction of driving. But it was fun. It was fun. Everything was fun. So, yeah. I see you guys on the next lessons.